Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gigi. These are the colors that we're mostly working with. We're not going to use them all. I put some glitter, but this is a matte set, and I'm like, what am I thinking? When I started to use it, I'm like, what are you even thinking? So, there we go. Guys, we're going to start with this blue, and we're going to do it across all of these nails. Really, really pretty style. And while we do that, I'm late today, guys. Super, super late. Sorry about that, but I got up super, super late because of the blood moon. Honestly, sometimes I don't sleep so good at night anyway, but last night we're blaming it on the blood moon. That thing was gorgeous. It took a little over 3 hours for it to go all the way through its cycle. It was amazing. And of course, I cast a spell during that time. These moments are rare. At 333 on 3/3, when the blood moon was beautiful and full, I cast this gorgeous pine cone burning mini bonfire spell. Here's a picture. It was gorgeous. I loved it. If I didn't live in an apartment, if I had a bigger space, I would probably do something a little larger, but you light the bonfires you can light, right? So there you go. It was a mini quick bonfire and it was so much fun. So here what I'm doing is making some grass for our floral springs. We have the bottom where the light is, and then on top we have dark with some spikes and some uh, blades of grass just poking up into the image. There you go. I'm a little tired, guys. I haven't slept very long. The other thing that's been keeping me up the last just last night is World of Warcraft. Period. World of Warcraft. The midnight expansion went live yesterday for those of us that were too cheap to buy Epic. If you know, you know. And I was up late playing that as well. So I also was working on this video, but if I'm being honest, guys, and here's a picture of my character or a little video of her saying hi to you. If I'm being honest, I almost didn't do a video. I was like, I just want to play World of Warcraft. But then I remembered that, bipolar had shown up pretty recently and I went a week with no videos. And I was like, no, that's not what we're going to do. So I paused my play time and got to the nail desk. And if it hadn't been for the blood moon, I would have gotten everything done, playing and working and everything. But I could not come back inside. The blood moon was so beautiful and the energy was so great. I didn't want to stop being outside. So that just really tripped me up a little bit. Okay. It was so pretty. Speaking of the moon being gorgeous, before the blood moon, earlier in the evening, before everything had started, I was out for a walk with my dog in the evening, and the moon was so beautiful, and I got a beautiful shot of it. Go over to the community tab on my page and check that out because it's so pretty. It's definitely the prettiest moon picture I've ever taken. All right, so now let's move into the florals. Guys, I named this set what I named it for a reason, because I am not great at the outlining. And if you are not new to the channel, you know this. I'm not great at it. And I have tended to avoid doing sets that need very much of it. So I need to get better, and I'm not going to get better shying away from it. So I'm plunging myself into my uncomfortable zone with this set. I'm just 100% letting myself suffer through the moment, because that suffering is learning. And you're not really learning and absorbing if you feel super comfortable, I guess. I mean, there's different levels. Some things that I want to learn don't require, a physical action. You're just studying or whatever. And sometimes that's uncomfortable. But for me, I like to read. So I like that kind of learning. But doing learning, that can be tough, right? When you're trying to learn a new technique, that's hard. Um, wow, I just had something in my head to say, and it's 100% gone. I hope you can't hear my fan. I am using the microphone, but it's warm here. Okay, I know you're hearing that. That's my dog. Down. Good boy. One of my neighbors went by, and Jake doesn't like that. Dogs can be that way. Jake doesn't like that. Jacob McCandles. Jacob McCandles. Guys, I'm so late, I'm not going to edit that out. If I have a picture of him on the computer, I'll throw it up so you can see him. He's been on the channel before, so it's not a debut or anything, but I don't put him on here very often because that's not what this is about. Okay, from here, I'm going to speed up the rest of the video. It was driving me nuts. I'm not slow with the flowers. I'm fine making the flowers. I love making the flowers. That's actually my favorite part. But the outline, guys, it's not great. But listen, I think I'm getting better. And I was on the fence about sharing this even. Excuse me. Should I share it? Is it too wonky? But here's the thing, the picture that I based this on, I was looking for spring nail art, not nail art, just spring art. And I saw this picture. I think the website is Dreamtime, but it's one of those ones where you have to buy a license to use the images, right? And I'm not doing that. So I don't want to put it in here because I feel like there's a whole copyright thing I don't want to get involved in. But it was one of those images where it's on purpose imperfect, where the flower isn't perfectly symmetrical and the petals don't match. And sometimes you're outlining a color and sometimes you're outlining nothing, right? It'll just be empty. So I think it's okay. First of all, that's why I picked it. I picked it for the outlining because one of the things I promised myself for this year, a resolution, whatever you want to call it, it was just, I'm going to push my art this year. I'm not going to just rely on Frenches and marbles and all of the cute things that we all love. But as fun as those things are, it gets too repetitive and I want to push myself out of that, right? That's why I have just kept working on, the aquarium nails. Because at first I was not getting it right. And I can't even tell you guys how many of those I threw in the garbage and how many times I planned a video and scrapped it because I couldn't get the aquarium part right. So, but I finally did. And I don't think I'm doing it perfect yet, but we're not done playing with it either. I've got a couple of ideas for upcoming videos. So don't forget to subscribe because you're gonna love it. Actually, not even just aquarium nails. I've got a couple of ideas that I'm so excited about, which honestly, I wanted to do one of them for today, but it's going to take some time. That one's going to be a set that takes a few hours. So, and it has lettering, which I'm not a lot better at lettering than I am at the outlining. So that one's going to take some work and probably many breaks to get it done. So I'm going to get it done. I'm going to do it for the next one of the next upcoming videos, maybe the next one. But I'm real excited about it, and I cannot wait to execute it. And I hope it comes out as good as it is in my head, right? So here we are with the outlining. I'm making a mistake right now. As you can see, that nail is not matte, and it should be matte. If you're going to do the lining, it works better on matte. Which I should have done that, and I am going to rectify that mistake in a moment. But if you don't have a matte top coat, you can put a nice juicy base coat down, because you don't want to file away any of your existing art. So a nice juicy base coat, and then a light buffing to give you that surface, as it's really just that surface you want. It facilitates a smoother application. So buy a matte top coat or have a nice little buffer. Not a file, a buffer. It's important, because if you file away your art, then you've got to fix it, and now they're on different levels. It's just a whole thing, right? But now I'm going to come back in on this one in particular and just give it another go over, so that it looks a little bit better. Since I didn't have a matte top coat. But you can see how much better it flows, especially for someone who's I'm not really skilled at this yet. I'm building my skills. So, and look at that. Look at that. So we are sped up now, because it takes me too long. It is literally painful how slow I am going at regular speed. So as I was watching the video, I was like, oh no, that does not play. I don't like that. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to go ahead and speed it all up so that it's more enjoyable for you to watch it. And honestly, I kind of feel like I sound like I'm dissing myself. I'm honestly not. I'm being completely honest about how I still have work to do, and that's okay. I think that's totally okay to be honest about that. Here I am trying a thing. I'm trying a thing. Like, maybe if I just sketch it out with a pencil, which is much easier than a brush, maybe then it'll be easier for me. In a way it was, because there's the template there, but as you can see, that's not 100% the problem. So while I may use, and I have before, like, when I did the pony, I sketched him out and then colored him in like a coloring book, right? Because it was just easier for me. I'm not that good at creating something with the color part. I'm better at sketching it out and then coloring it. That's a skill that I can continue to work on as well. Because I'm so in awe of people who have they're like doing portraits and they have half a face and the other half isn't even there, but they know exactly where everything's going. It mind boggles. It's so beautiful. I am going to skip a little bit of the outlining of the flowers just because it is pretty repetitive, and I am painful. But here we are outlining the grass and getting everything. After I did the flowers and cured them, I came back in to add the rest of it. I was just afraid that I would mess up my work. And at this point, I feel like any level of extra frustration above the learning would have really I would have quit. So I made it as easy as I could on myself by actually doing a lot of curing, right? It's just, once something's in perfect place, it's so easy to touch it with your finger and mess things up. And so curing, to me, there's 5 other nails you can keep working on, or 4 other nails that you can keep working on while that one's curing. So there's not really a lot of downtime. It's just giving you that extra assurance that you're not going to mess it up, right? And that's That's one of the things that gets me when I mess up my work because I wasn't taking the extra time to cure, which again, it's not really a lot of extra time because you're still working on other stuff while you're curing. So it's like when you're doing nails on people, you work on one, you do a nail in the lamp, give me your other hand in the lamp, give me your other hand in the lamp. So it's a rhythm that you create, right? Nails is a rhythm. So everything's a rhythm though, right? Like the law of attraction and magic and music, everything. Maybe I should get those markers. Let me know in the comment section. Should I get the markers? Do you want to see them on the channel? We're rapidly closing up here. I did skip a little bit of the outlining just for all of us, right? For all of our sake. We're adding a few dots here and there because there were some dots in the original image I saw. And now we're going to come in with our matte top coat. Guys, these are wonky AF. I still really like them. I do. There's something, excuse me, guys. There's something quirky and whimsical about them. And they're so off kilter and not in any way symmetrical. And that's what I like about them. They're so crazy. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you're still here, hit me with some florals in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching today. We're going to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.